G'day guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. All I can say is, look, I got myself a rocker box. We're going to do some old time mining. Are we going to move a lot of rocks? You ready to go? You going to be my paddling dog? Alright. $1 a day. Ready? Let's go. Let's give you a rundown of what we're doing today. The rocker box is really simple. We are kicking it completely old school. We've got a potato sack, we've got wooden riffles. This is homemade expanded mesh, which is going to do nothing to catch gold, but it's just here to keep these two riffles upright and apart. We've got a homemade mesh screen up the top here, which is just a bit of corrugated iron that's been flattened out and had holes punched in it. And that's the top of the rocker box. The only mechanical part of this is man-made, where I move the handle back and forth like this. Bucket full of water with a ladle, and we're ready to go. Now what are we digging? Really simple. These bedrock crevices here I've worked quite extensively. Obviously I haven't worked all of it, but a lot of it I've picked through and I found some good gold. Now most people will work the creek bottom, so they work this section because this is where you'd think the gold would accumulate, but you've got to also look at what's happened over time. Back in the day, the miners would have cleared the whole creek bed down to bedrock and there would have been nothing left on it. As seasonal floods and stuff have come through, it's washed this overburden on top of all the exposed bedrock, which means that there's probably gold underneath that overburden. And what we're going to do is follow this crevice in to that bank and hopefully uncover some gold that's been there for a very long time. One of Grizzly's favourite part, rock clearing. He's up there doing his bit with one rock. Out of the way, out of the way, out of there, out of there. I had a really quick go with this box last night, and what I learnt was that it works a little bit better with wet soil than it does with dry soil, and that if you can get it a little bit looser, it works awesome. So what I'm going to do is smash this part up as I work and then feed it in. It's funny, you sit here and I decided that doing it with little hand scoops actually probably a bit better because it's the right amount of dirt and whatnot. But you think it's slow. But then if you take into account, like even panning, that I would have to find my spot, clear it like I've done, then shovel the dirt into my pan through a screen, go somewhere, screen it off, throw out the rock and check it, then go and pan it off somewhere and collect the concentrates. That's a huge series of stuff. As here, all I'm doing is clearing it, putting the dirt on the tray, that automatically filters it for me as I wash it out through a sluice box. Like, you can't beat that. It might be slow-ish, but you're saving yourself time with all the in-between steps, and that's where you're going to start finding a lot of your gold. I'm dumping out all of this stuff that was left in the hopper box so I can put a 21st century solution over the top of it, my detector, and just see if I missed any pickers or gold nuggets, because we don't want to lose any, and I know that did happen back in the day. We're definitely getting somewhere. It doesn't look like it, but I can tell from the tailings pile how much dirt I have actually moved. This is a little bit surprising. You know, I didn't think that this bit of wire was going to do anything other than support this and this sluice riffle, but it's actually started catching dirt, which is really cool, which means that it gives the gold an opportunity to actually sink down into that mat. I'm feeling a little bit confident. I know I'll catch at least some gold. What I'm going to do, well, in a bit, once I work a whole heap of material, is take some of this stuff at the base of the sluice and actually run it through a pan and just see what's in it. Because if there's gold in that, then I know it's going to overshoot. And I'm really looking forward to building one of these myself, a little bit different, and putting some proper good riffles, good expanded mesh and carpet, minus moss and stuff in it. Because I think this is brilliant. This is the way forward for me in some of these areas. I'm not 100% sure how often I'm meant to clean out a Hessian mat. So I got to do it now. I've worked a reasonable amount of dirt, like that goes down pretty deep. That's some of my mullock, and you can see some of the tailings piling up here. So let's do a really basic clean out and see what we've got. It's all held in by one wing nut, so nice and easy. As long as we don't lose the wing nut or the clamp. The only mechanical bit on the whole thing, a wing nut. And then I'm going to pop the wire out. And just put that on the tray and roll this bad boy up. There's a lot of dirt under it, which is what I expected it to be pushed through. Keeping my eye out for any gold that might be. Alright, here we go. This is from the Hessian mat. I don't even know how much dirt I've run. Probably a couple cubic feet. That frog's really loud. He just wants to be famous. So we'll let him have his say. Caught some really fine gold. Look at this. That's not bad. So, like I said, I haven't actually worked terribly much dirt. I haven't worked bucket load. It's like you can't just shovel it all in. But for an untested spot, for just a theory, and I've gone down and found that there's one nice little bit in there and a whole heap of micro. And if I'm catching micro, I should be catching almost everything. Second cleanup, ran probably same amount of dirt, maybe a little bit more. Hole's getting bigger. Nice little crevice down the bottom, so it should be alright. Now it's got to do the wing nut. I'm not working the most rich crevice I've ever worked in my life, that's for sure. But at the start of this session I was very worried that I was going to be losing very fine gold. And that just is not the case. I'm catching really fine gold, like really, really fine gold. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to wait to the end and put it all together and show you. But let's just say it's going well. I've caught very small gold. There's a little bit of it, so it should add up after a couple more runs. So every cleanup gives me about half a pan's worth of dirt, all very fine stuff because of that sieve. Few modern improvements I want to make when I build my own, which will be a uniform grid that will utilise wire as the screen, modern matting, and that's probably actually about it. Probably a water catch system so I can use it where I have to bring my own water in. And that will make that thing absolutely perfect. It's not that the Hessian isn't catching everything, I just want to guarantee it. And the mesh will allow through slightly bigger rocks and probably make it a lot easier to clean everything out than the ununiform, difficult to wet through, to wash through punched holes that I've got at the moment. Okay, let's see what we've got for our final cleanup. Well, there you have it, guys. That was the first time I've ever used a rocker box, and it was one of the greatest prospecting experiences I've ever had, period. It was awesome. Like I said before, I'm going to make some improvements to my rocker box that I want to build for myself. But until then, I'm going to keep using a potato sack and a couple of wood riffles because they work brilliantly. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Big thank you to the friend that lent me the rocker box. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you like our channel. And as always, check out this gold.